Jezebel had every spiritual legal right to do what she did in the Old Testament, okay? I'm going to tell you why. Because King Solomon married all these wives from all these different places, and he set up high places for each one of them for their false gods, which, as we know, are demons. That's what the Bible says. And so there were 700 of them, of his wives, and he did it for all of them. So he set up 700 high places for these false gods when he worshiped the one true God. And the thing is that what we find out is that he married Sidonians. And guess who was a Sidonian? Jezebel. Jezebel was a Sidonian. So she was worshiping the same gods that they were worshiping with Solomon. And she had every spiritual legal right to destroy the kingdom spiritually, because Satan is a legalist. So he works in agreements, and he works in that legality, which is why he's the accuser of the brethren, which is why he goes back and forth. All that to say, when I think of Solomon, he was the wisest man to ever live. Why would he do that? Like, why would you, God came to you twice and said, don't do this, and you're the wisest man to ever live, and he did it. What I believe is, I could be wrong, is that because he went with the Pharaoh's daughter, and they worship demons, and he went with her, that was the foothold that the devil needed, right? That was a foothold that the devil needed. And then from there, all the other wives that he had married, he just began to go crazy, because I think he was like demonically oppressed, and there was a lot of witchcraft happening, and he wasn't in a place where he could fight it. You know, only the Lord could pull him out of something like that. And as we know, at the very end, that's what happened. But I believe that is why he was the wisest, but then also was like, man, what are you doing? Like, why would you do that? And there's so many lessons in King Solomon doing that, being the wisest man to ever live, but fall because of lust, because of sexual desire, and giving himself over to these foreign women who worship these false lowercase gods, these demons. And so I want to encourage everyone who is watching to really think about what you do today and how that impacts further generations, but to think about, man, like, where do I give the enemy a foothold in my life? And Jesus is greater than the enemy. Greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. So I just want to encourage you that you can step over that. You don't have to be like King Solomon and go along with it, and then you're oppressed and you're setting up high places in your heart or in real life, you know, doing witchcraft and zodiac signs and all of that. Be encouraged. God bless you.